Well, so Bring Back the News, one that I really dig. Always fun to play live with God Street Wine. This one I definitely put with Waiting for the Tide in the category of songs that were definitely influenced by Fish, and that I wrote in the early period of when we were living in the house in Ossining after we all moved up there from New York City. So I think late 91 or early 92. And it's also like Waiting for the Tide based on a finger picking pattern. That's one of the earliest things I learned to do on the guitar when I was 12 years old. Just comes very naturally. And so Bring Back the News is a interesting structure. It has two verse choruses, and then it has a long instrumental, which is all written. There's no improv to it, except in a few little spots. And the instrumental has 5 or 6 sections, depending on how you're counting the sections. And then we go to a key change, and we go to an outro that is new material. We don't go back to the verse chorus. We go to the outro in the key of A, and when you walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on. And I think definitely in writing the instrumental, I was also influenced by Fish, and particularly the track Maze from the album Rift. I thought Rift was a really cool album that Fish did, and I think it's a little bit of an underrated album. I really like the whole arc of it, and I really loved the way the instrumental in Maze builds in intensity, and I think I was going for something like that with the instrumental composition for Bring Back the News. And I think the lyrics are vague, but I definitely had a scenario in my mind, and the scenario was kind of like a post-apocalyptic future where, atomic bombs had been dropped or war had been fought and civilization had sort of collapsed, and we were with tribes of people trying to build a new life, a new civilization. And, there was no more technology, there was no more telephone, there was no more internet. Actually, there was no internet anyway when I wrote this song, so never mind that. But, we were just with tribes of people in a sort of post-apocalyptic future. So I guess, there would be no long-distance communication. So word of mouth would be very important in a society like that, hence Bring Back the News. And like I said, it's vague. The lyrics don't get very specific about this, but that was the scenario that was in my mind. And a few years ago, I read this book by Emily St. John Mandel, Station 11, which is a great book. And I was quite surprised that the scenario that she describes in this post-apocalyptic novel, which is really beautiful, was very similar to what was kind of vaguely in my mind when I wrote Bring Back the News. And then I also have to tell you the repeated line at the very end, when you walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on. That was lifted word for word from Philip Dick, one of my favorite authors, Philip K. Dick, the science fiction author, and his very strange and amazing novel, Valis, which is really one of the strangest things he ever wrote, or one of the strangest things that anybody's ever written. The protagonist has this vision where it may or may not be that aliens are beaming information into his head from across the universe. But anyway, he just has this kind of vision or epiphany where he has these words: when you walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on, beamed into his head. And I think that it might be that that was an actual sort of psychedelic experience that Philip Dick had himself, that those words just came to him. And anyway, as I did in a few other songs, I stole a little Philip Dick line and I put it into this song, Bring Back the News. Bring Back the News was frequently played live by God Street Wine. It never appeared on any album, and I'm not sure why that was, because because we liked it. We liked to play it, and our crowds seemed to like it. And I know that we recorded it for the demos for $1.99 romances, the so-called bedroom tapes demos of songs that were candidates for that album, but it didn't make it onto that album, and it didn't make it onto any subsequent album. But anyway, here I am in 2020 talking about it, and I'm going to play a little acoustic solo version for you where I don't do the whole instrumental, but I'll do a little trimmed version of the instrumental. Well, down in the valley on a moonlit night, Amy writes a poem by candlelight. Oh, bring back the news. By the bank of the river where the water runs cool, she bathes herself in a shady pool. Oh, bring back the news. Tell me again about the blue-green eyes flickering in the light of fireflies, 'cause I need you. Tell me again so I believe it's true. Fragments of the world that I once knew. I can feed you, wash away the years, and drink this bowl of tears, for I am yours to do with as you choose, long as you keep bringing back the news. And down in the valley on a moonlit night, Amy writes a poem by candlelight. Oh, bring back the news. Get a cup of coffee and drink it slow. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. Oh, bring back the news. Tell me again about the sparrow song, the glass of wine to ease the night along. Try to reach me. Tell me the things you think and feel. The only things that I can know are real. You can teach me. Wash away the years and drink this bowl of tears, for I am yours to do with as you choose, long as you keep bringing back the news. Long as you keep bringing back the news. When you walk, walk, walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on. When you walk, walk, walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on. When you walk, walk, walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on. When you walk, walk, walk into the dawn, you must put your slippers on. Fragments of the world that I once knew. That's the line that to me says that, you know, we're in a world after some catastrophe. But it's very subtle, you know. I wasn't trying to hit anybody over the head with that scenario. So if it totally ruins the song for you to know that, just know that that's what was in my head, but it doesn't have to be what's in yours when you listen to that song. Anyway, thanks for listening and watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.